Hey guys, so again, I apologize for the weird lighting. Still a gloomy day. Have a light right there. I have all the lights on in the room. Um, so yeah, I apologize for the weird lighting. I kind of wanted to talk to you guys because I don't remember if I have mentioned this in a previous video or not, but following the first week back at school, I actually got sick. And just to be on the safe side, I took a COVID test again, and thankfully it was negative. Like I said, I can't remember if I shared that with you guys, but now basically myself and both of my godmother's sisters have gotten sick. And I always tend to get sick like when the weather starts to change and things like that. I don't know if it's allergies or just like the change in temperature outside, but I always get like a cold or, allergies or whatever around this time of the year, anyways. But like I said, I did take a COVID test to be on the safe side and it was negative. My godmother's one sister, well, both of them refused to take COVID tests. So I've kind of been distancing myself from them just because if they do have COVID, I don't want to catch it. Um, you guys can think that I am being ridiculous or dramatic or whatever, but I have been distancing myself from them, like I said, just to be on the safe side because I know that I would feel awful if I am the reason that one of my students got COVID. Um, a bunch of the kids in my class have runny noses or sneezing or coughing going on. And for those of you who are unaware, a lot of times, the first couple weeks back at school, everybody ends up getting sick because, for the whole summer, they've been not around like 20 other kids in the same classroom, not around, in the cafeteria. They have like over 100 kids in the same room. And so, like, going back to school, all of the little bugs come out and the cooties, and people get sick. So, myself and the other para have gotten sick. A few of our students have gotten sick, but thankfully, none of them have tested positive for COVID at this point. Knock on wood. Um, but yeah, so my godmother's two sisters have refused to get tested for COVID. We do have a few boxes of at-home COVID tests, the ones that the government sent out for free, and then the ones that we got, like when I had tested positive for COVID in the past, this past spring, and then when my godmother also tested positive for COVID this past spring, we had gotten some home rapid COVID tests from our local like urgent care clinic. We still have a couple boxes of those left, and we offered to bring them a box because each box has two tests in it. Well, we offered to bring them each a box so that they could test and see if they had COVID or not, but they both refused to get tested. So I have been distancing myself. I don't know how much good that's really doing because my godmother has still been going over there. Um, we did go to the football game last night. JV and varsity both had games last night against somebody that the varsity team had lost against in regionals last year. And so I had wanted to go because it was supposed to be a really good game and both teams needed to win to be competitive in the standings for their conference or whatever. But it was just kind of fun. It was nice weather, and I figured why not like order a pizza and just enjoy a football game. So yesterday, actually, her one sister, not the one that lives here with us in the winter, but her other sister, went to the clinic and they didn't do any COVID tests. She was supposed to take one before she went, but again, she refused. They didn't even ask her if she had taken one or anything like that when she went to the clinic. They did x-rays and stuff like that, and they ended up prescribing her no antibiotic, but prednisone and saying that they thought she has like a little bit of pneumonia. So that's not good. And I'm hoping that it's not like my fault because obviously I'm the one that went back to school around all the cooties and germs and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to get people sick by, going to work and doing my job. Um, they haven't said that they feel that way, but my godmother's two sisters have kind of been acting weird towards me. Um, Not like anything outrageous or anything like that, but like refusing to sit at the same dinner table when we have eaten together, um, before they started getting really sick. Like they had a sneeze and a tiny little cough. And, once it started getting worse than just that is when I started distancing myself. But like, I don't know. I don't know if they blame that on me because their nieces were also, their great nieces were also there. Um, Not this weekend, but last weekend they were there, and they had just went back to school too. So I don't know that it's necessarily my fault because the kids also had like sniffles and all of that stuff. um, so I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Like I said, I did test negative. So I don't have COVID currently. And I'm hoping that I don't get COVID because the school has really they have no restrictions as far as COVID goes. They don't have a mask mandate on buses anymore or anything like that. That stuff got stopped last year. Um, and they're not even making kids quarantine now or isolate if they do test positive. Like they're still allowing them to come to school without making them wear a mask or anything, even if they are COVID positive. um, you know i I don't know how that is right, but um, I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts with you guys. I am definitely feeling better. You might be able to hear a little bit of a difference in my voice. Um, I was really congested like this whole week, but yesterday and today I feel a lot better. Like I feel like I've been tired, but I think a lot of that is me still trying to adjust to this new schedule at school and trying to adjust to like my new job and all of that stuff. So I don't know. I just thought I would share my thoughts. Do you think I did anything wrong? Do you think it's a good idea for me to be kind of distancing myself from them? Or am I being crazy? I think the only thing is, like, right now, I cannot afford to take time off. I do have sick days and I do have personal days that I can use, but we only get 3 personal days per year, and we only get, I think it's 10 sick days per year. Um, so, I'm not trying to use them right now. I already had to use one personal day, and that is for a doctor's appointment that I have coming up in a couple of weeks. So I already put that into the system so that they had a substitute set up for me on that day, um, just to make sure that there's enough coverage for the students. But I'm not trying to get sick because I don't want to have to not go to work. Like I said, I need money because I had gotten to the point, since losing my church secretary job, I had gotten to the point where um, I was like this close to starting to get behind on bills. Thankfully, I was able to start work, and yesterday was our first payday. But yeah, it's been a lot, and I'm really proud of myself for pushing through, like working even when I felt like really crappy. Like I was exhausted, working, trying not to sneeze on anybody, having a stuffy nose, being congested, working in a hot classroom with kids that don't understand like sickness, or, you know, having kids climb all over me, and it's just part of my job. But like, I'm super proud of myself because in the past I would have been like, I would have called out and not gone in. But I know like that would have left the other para in a lurch because our main teacher wasn't there, because she's on maternity leave and she returns either Monday or Tuesday of next week. So I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know if you think anything I'm doing is wrong. What would you do in this situation? Like I said, I'm very thankful that I don't have COVID again, but I also know that it's a very huge possibility that I may end up with COVID at some point this year, especially seeing like the school's COVID policies and things like that. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I will continue to vlog. If there's any topics you'd like me to talk about or any questions that you'd like me to answer in the future on my channel, please let me know and I'd be glad to get something filmed for you. And with that being said, that's all I have for today. So I will talk to you guys next time.